how to actually profit from AI in your business. Today we go all into it. If you are a business owner right now, AI probably doesn't feel exciting anymore. It feels overwhelming. Every single week there are 10 new tools, 10 new game changers, and LinkedIn is full of people telling you that their AI automation will change everything. You try one or two things, they sit unused, and your team gets nervous. And at some point, you just stop looking at AI altogether because 95% of it feels like noise anyway. The real problem isn't that AI doesn't work. It's that no one shows you where to start and where AI actually fits in your business. In this video, I will take this mess, another LinkedIn post, another Instagram story, another AI tool, another software, and we'll turn it into a clear system. So we go from here to there. So when you are done watching, you are well prepared for 2026. My name is Matt Bellmann. I made 75 million on social media and I implemented AI systems to automate as much as possible with my team to grow profitably and save a ton of time. This is how I would do it. First, I would look at your P&L because that's the thing that ultimately is your engine. You want to maximize that, right? What do I mean by that? Revenue minus cost is profit, right? So the two areas, obviously, where you can implement AI on the revenue side and on the cost side. Here you have OPEX, or let's just say salaries. Let's say salaries. Why not? Salaries and services. So better tools. And here you can either automate or you can train your team. And then over here, you have marketing to pre-sell and you have sales to sell. So that's one level deeper. If you go another level deeper, you have then here, for example, content engine, ad engine, AI systems, simply speaking, that automate processes that in the past have taken a lot of time. Okay, if you want to get one level deeper, here you would then have something like an inspiration engine to get the best content that is proven from the web into your own system to then repurpose it. Then you have a production engine where it allows you to produce content that is powered by AI, a repurposing engine that allows you to repurpose your content so that one content piece become 20 content pieces, and then you have a promotion engine that promotes your content, right? And the same is with ads, where you have a competitor and intelligence engine that grabs all the best performing ads from competitors. Then you have production of ads and so on and so forth, right? And then here on the sales side, you would have sales scripts. Then you have maybe a feedback loop from customer interactions and clients so that you can then improve your sales script. And the second thing on the sales side could be coaching. What do I mean by coaching? So far you have sales coaches or sales managers that watch game tape to see how a sales rep could sell better, right? Handle objections better, close better, qualify better. With AI, this can be more automated and the sales rep can get 24/7 support by an AI coach. My overall point is, you can use AI to grow your revenue. You can use AI to reduce your cost and to save time. One level deeper, marketing, sales, operating expenditures with salaries and services. And then one level deeper, one level deeper, one level deeper, right? So the question is, for your specific business, where is the biggest leverage that you either save costs or grow more? If you look at my company, Passion.io, we just launched this new AI, which is called UAI. What is UAI? It's an AI coach, an AI CSM that serves your customers 24/7, gives them personalized, tailored recommendations on what they can do to have more success with your product, with your course, whatever you sell. At the same time, that's more effective than hiring a ton of coaches, right? So you save salaries. And then also it helps you to have on the marketing and sales side a more enticing offer. And with that, you can convert better. If you really want to know, I can give you a little bit more context how this thing can sit on top of your, let's say if you have an info business, that will be the best application of it. See, in your info business, you have courses, community, and you have coaching. What does UAI do? It creates a digital twin of yourself that would answer in your tone of voice questions that are coming 24/7. And let's be real, you created these courses to share your knowledge, your skills with clients that paid money to get a result. Problem is that you only have 4% completion rate on average of your courses, and the success rate is even lower. So if you look at 100 customers, how many are successful? Not 100. In many cases, less than 5. And why is that? Because that is a one-directional way to consume content. They say just because someone watches a workout on Netflix or YouTube doesn't mean that they're all of a sudden ripped, right? They have to do the thing. And in the community, there are really good conversations about the core questions, but then they get buried within all that content. On the coaching side, people are coming, people are going. Not everyone is always there. If someone asks a question, it's super likely that a month later, someone else asks the same question. So what if this, and this all feed into, as context, into a version of yourself that can be called Your Name AI that sits on top of your info business with a little speech bubble in the bottom of your app, of your course portal. And then you just tap on it and you can have a conversation. It has all the context of your courses. It has all the context of your community. It has all the context of your coaching and sales calls. And then for your client, it can give you the exact, so it's Q&A, right? It gives you the exact answer to how you would answer the question, which is quite often so different than what ChatGPT would say, because ChatGPT doesn't have your specific context. Next is feedback. What do I mean by feedback? Let's say you have a course. Someone is supposed to do something, create a script. Who's checking that? Maybe your coach over here. If someone applies for a slot and then submits the work and then the coach looks at it next Friday, or your client submits that feedback to UAI and gets instantaneous an answer if that is good or bad. On a scale from 0 to 10, this is a 7 because this is really good. This is what you could have done better. How does this know if it's good or bad? Because it has all the context of what great looks like. Third is references. What do I mean by that? This context is not just feeding into UAI. UAI can also refer back to that content. So it can say, this is a really good question. Here's the answer. If you want to learn more, go to this course, in this section, in this lesson, minute 10. That's what you want to watch. That's exactly the deep dive on your question. And if you go to this sales call, then we talked about that topic for 60 minutes. Think Fathom, right? Fathom recordings, if you go into your Fathom and you ask Fathom something, it tells you where specifically in the video the answer is, like that. And fourth, generated. What is generative? You're supposed, let's say, to create a sales script. You just ask your AI, hey, Your Name AI, can you create, based on this list that I just watched, the homework in my context? Simpler than what I just said, but point is, it just creates something. And then from there, the client can develop it further and then get, again, feedback if it's good or not. Once the client has done all of that, they can still go to a coaching call and ask questions, but on a very different level, because the AI coach has brought them such a level up compared to they haven't done shit. And the same over here as well. So that's an example how you can use an AI coach like that to make your offer more enticing, more valuable, higher perceived value. If you think in the value equation, what's the dream outcome? And what's the likelihood? With this, it's likelier. What's the effort and what's the time required? Less effort, less time. Perfect. So more higher perceived value. That means you can sell that thing on top of your current offer. And with that, you can just raise prices and you can stand out more. At the same time, it does the coaching for you and you have a win-win where you can grow revenue and you can save time. You charge more, you save time, and you have better retention. So almost my last page. So let's talk about the cost side. Here you have people, processes, and tools. People. The big thing that you want is you want to make them ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude ready. And the interesting thing is every time when I say, hey, let's bring AI into the business, people freak out. They think, oh shit, I'm going to be replaced. But that's not the idea. The idea is that we upskill them. If we upskill them, they can become more productive. They can do more quality work quicker. Also, with that, actually, they become more valuable on the job market. So for them, it's good. The more you automate, the more they can focus on strategic work, planning work, the more they can work on eye level with you and not just do manual, boring, stupid work. As an example over here, so I would say upskill. Love that. There's tons of trainings out there. There are coaches that you can bring in. On the process side, what I think is really interesting is you create a database of your transcripts. And if you integrate all that knowledge and you have an AI, an asset, and library that gets more and more valuable with every single conversation that happens in your company, you have this wealth, the second brain that you're building that is so powerful for new people that are joining, for asking questions 24/7, that the knowledge, the speed, the quality, the alignment, the communication in your company is growing to a whole other level than without such a database. Similar actually with UAI, you can analyze of your clients who is stuck where. You're not just seeing completion rates and that someone signed up 7 days ago. You see what were the recent conversations, the most recent conversations they have had. A human coach that would look into these transcripts could see, oh, interesting, that's what's going on here. You get much more intelligence about your clients and then also you can serve them better. So it's not just about internal. If you set this up for your clients as well, then of course you can also serve them better. Let's talk about tools real quick. Quick one, just one that you should get is Whisperflow. This one sits a bit in between processes and tools because If you're still typing on your keyboard, you're missing out. You're way too slow. This thing, you just press a button, you just talk what you think, and it makes sense of it. It writes that text just way better than what you just said. So the interface between you and your computer is not the keyboard anymore. It's now your voice. Makes you so much more productive. Take bucket number 1 if you need growth, if your offer isn't converting well, if customer delivery is manual or time intensive, that's what you want to focus on. In my opinion, fastest way to get an ROI within 30 days. You could get a service like UAI, which is the URL is passion.io/AI, because this thing allows you to convert better, to grow better, and to save cost. So if you want to be more profitable and you're operationally drowning, your team is overwhelmed, maybe that's then something that you can look at. Otherwise, I would set up the audio, the database of all your transcripts. I want to mention one more thing. What are the biggest mistakes when implementing AI? One is complete overwhelm, which leads to inaction. You just see too many tools. You trust none of them, especially the ones in your feed saying, hey, comment automation and you will get this thing. You never open it. Just like use this 2-bucket framework to filter everything. Think about revenue and cost. Think about what you want to focus on and then just focus on that. Mistake number 2, poor team communication. If you're announcing, hey, we're automating with AI now, you will have a panic in your organization. Rather frame it that let's implement these new systems and tools because they will free you up from boring work so you can focus on strategic work and you become more skilled in this new world with AI. Make it empowering and not threatening. Mistake number 3, you just build random flows without any strategy because you saw it somewhere on some school community or some LinkedIn feed. You just built that flow as well. You're like, oh, this is awesome, but then you're not using it really. You're not applying it because without business context, your automation is worthless. What you actually need is a system and an engine, not an isolated flow. Mistake number 4, you're chasing shiny objects. Every LinkedIn post is the new game-changing tool. 95% is noise, trying to get your leads, your email addresses. Just focus on your business needs, not what's trending. Okay, let me call out a challenge. I call it the 30-day ROI challenge, return on investment. If you only have 30 days to show results, here's what I would implement. Week 1, you implement UAI in your offer, get a better delivery, immediate customer happiness. You can charge more and reduce churn. Week 2, you try to understand how AI works. You learn about prompt engineering, context engineering, what a memory is and what a RAG database is. You use ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. Week 3, you set up an audio transcription system so that you can capture your ideas on the go. That allows you to stop losing thoughts in the bathroom or the car, wherever you are. Week number 4, lead response automation. Whenever a lead comes in, you have an automation set up that responds automatically and quickly or pings you to call this lead so that you never miss a hot lead again. If you call within 5 minutes, it gives you a massive conversion boost. In the end, overall result, you get a better offer, more revenue, happier customers, and operational clarity. So if your next question is, okay, I know where AI fits in my business now, but how do I implement systems that actually grow my revenue with less time involved? Well, that's exactly what this video is about. If you want, just watch it. See you over there. Follow and subscribe. Thanks.